All right, we are here at Rivera's in Van Alstyne, Texas. Probably close to one of Austin's haciendas.
McKinney, not too far. That's right.
Yeah, we are here with a prolific Texas songwriter, Austin Cunningham, and I'm so glad to be here with you. We've got a lot of history. We go back a long ways.
A long way. My first band, we were 13.
We go back to when
14 at least.
Back to when we knew everything.
We did know everything. We did know everything.
We knew everything back then. And that's kind of how we kind of went our different ways, because you kind of went off that country road.
I found Merle Haggard, Dave. I'm sorry. I found Merle Haggard, and that was it.
You have to be sorry about that.
I went country.
Now,
and it was my cousin over there's fault, because her dad, I worked in Oklahoma. That's the Oklahoma crew. The Luria clan's here. My cousins are here. My nieces and nephews are great, or whatever. No, if we're cousins, second cousins. We're second cousins. Why didn't I know that? Okay, all right. And they're not removed. And not removed. No removal. Not here. All right, here we go. Texas trip, y'all. Oklahoma. That's the Oklahoma crew. And I found bluegrass music because of that.
Okay.
I was playing with you. This is what happened. We were playing Black Sabbath and stuff. Right. And then I had that summer, I went up there and I saw Bill Monroe and Marty Stewart playing with them, and I loved bluegrass. I came back home that summer and I asked my mom, I want a banjo. And so I wanted a banjo. And then after a couple of years of bluegrass, I found Merle Haggard and went into songwriting. That was it.
But you know, I was a rock guy. I went the rock way. I thought I was the rock guy. So,
I know.
And I still try to do country.
You do country great.
No matter how country I try to be, it still looks like Eagles or something.
You do country like I love it. And I love country that way, just like the Stones. I need a Texas trip. Take me a dip in the cool, clear Guadalupe. I need to lay around on a inner tube all day long. I wanna float on down to the hill country sounds of Gary P. and Ray Wiley. I need a Texas trip. Boys, won't you get me back? Like Dead Flowers, and what's that band? Is it Sonic Distortion that does that Ball and Chain song? So I love that you do that kind of country, and I love it.
You know, it's kind of how you know, you get older and your parents. The older you get, the less gap there is between your ages, and so it's kind of like that now.
Totally.
Our music influences. So Haggard, one of your major influences.
Major, big time.
But you left right out of high school and went to Nashville.
Yeah. Well, I worked a couple years at odd jobs and played in bands.
That's what I'm interested about. What did you do out there? How did you get established out there? I mean, what did you do in the interim?
Well, I drove a truck for 2 or 3 days. Them women love to see me throw my money around, with shoes around the horses, and the cattle got fresh hay. Then a honky tonks are calling, way down for the world away. Oh, bed down cowboys, pull your lids on tight. Mama, don't you wait up, we won't be back tonight. Woo! Make ends meet to pay for my little crappy apartment into Kentucky, and I'd work all night long driving for 2 or 3 days, and then I would go down on Music Row and knock. I mean, it was like old school. You can't even do that today. You know, I mean, I guess in a way the kids are kind of knocking on doors and trying to get their foot in, but I don't know how you would do it today. But I would just. My first publishing deal, I'll never forget, MCA Music, which is now Universal.
Right.
I don't know how I got that appointment, but somehow I got an appointment. And I remember the guy saying, well, we can't sign you. You've only got a few songs, but we'll let you come in here and use the writer rooms and write songs. And I'm telling you, buddy, I lived there. I was there every freaking day.
So was there guys there that you learned from, that mentored you, that
Yeah.
brought you along?
Dave Loggins.
Okay.
Please Come to Boston was a writer there.
Really?
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, yeah.
Wow.
And Dave Loggins was there. Russell Smith, the
Wow.
amazing Rhythm Aces guy.
Wow.
Low Rent Rendezvous. He was a writer there. We ended
I
up
always
writing.
wondered how that happened. How you started that.
They couldn't make me leave. Once they said you could come in here, and they didn't, and then they signed me for $14,000 a year.
All right. It's called Country Boys Promise. We were just trying to do one out on you. Wendy, come on in here, y'all. Well, it goes like this. Diesel's gonna burn. Windmill's gonna turn. Lonesome coyote on a hill's gonna cry. Cowboy's gonna cowboy, much as he is a loud boy. And I'm gonna love you till the day that I die. Well, a singer's gonna sing, a dreamer's gonna dream. The next evil Knievel's gonna try.
I'm like, awesome! It was great, you know.
This is a lot of money back then.
Yeah, you know. I mean, you know, we've been around, Dave. It's been a while.
I know.
But anyway, and then they gave me a raise. Dave Loggins ended up running Universal MCA for like 1 year, but he was such a songwriter that he ruined it. He kind of screwed, like he hated the big bosses in LA and New York.
Right, yeah.
So Dave got out of it, and they got rid of him. But while Dave was in charge, he said, "I'm going to give you a raise." He called me in and said, "I thought he was going to fire me." And he gave me a raise. He said, "You're one of the best writers we got."
Wow.
And so he wanted to pay me $21,000 instead of $14,000, which was a big draw. And I, like an idiot, you know what I did? I said, "No, Dave, because I have to pay that back. It's a draw. You know, they take that out of your royalties."
Really?
Oh yeah, you have to take that out. And so I said, "Don't raise me to 21. Give me 17." I said, "I just want 17,000." Anyway, enough of that. Moving on.
So I guess you have houses you have places in Nashville and McKinney now, and you kind of go back and forth. And
I'm a mogul now, Dave.
Okay.
You know I'm a mogul. No, I'm kidding. I have a small house in Nashville, and I met my wife, and she had a house in McKinney, Texas. That's why I am back in Texas a lot of my time. I split my time, as you know, and so I'm back here more.
Well, I came in here to crawl inside a bottle, and I don't care if I ever crawl out. That woman that I tried so hard to live with says I'm the one she'd rather live without. Distract me when I'm drinking. I haven't drowned her memory yet. No, don't distract me when
Because of a girl.
so, are you still connected to that industry out there? Are
Oh,
you still
totally.
supplying songs? Are you still
Totally.
with MCA? Are you still with somebody else? Or
I'm
publishing
not
it?
with a publishing, like a major publishing company now,
Right.
but I'm kind of, I won't say so established, but I have enough connections that I can get to a lot. I just pitch songs to Buddy Cannon, and I'm praying for a Willie cut. He likes this one song I've been trying to get Willie to cut. Well, who knows? You know, and you're not going to get a lot of chances left with Willie. That's right. That's right.
So you're still supplying songs in Nash Vegas?
Yep, in Nash Vegas is about right. You were just there. We were hanging out.
I know.
We were just there.
You know, we played down in Nashville, and he came out to my gig, and my son was there, and
that was a fun night.
It was fabulous. It was great.
I love it. It's one of my favorite bars in Nashville.
Yeah,
Twin Kegs too, y'all.
Yeah. So you've been out on the road and playing and stuff, and what have you been doing?
Well, honestly, this year I'm not doing a lot. This is the first show in Texas I've done. I've really been concentrating this year on filling up the well. I've been writing some more this year.
They asked me to do it at a cowboy church in Wichita Falls, at Texoma Cowboy Church. The founder of the church said, you got to do that song. I said, look, I know better than to do this song at church because it's kind of got a bad word, but it's done in the spirit of it. The spirit is right up in this. I know this. But he said, no, you've got to do it. And everybody loved it and they all clapped. And then I went back the next year and backstage they're like, don't do that song. I told you. Anyway, here we go, y'all. Oh, maybe it's F screw. I think that's a flathead. Don't worry about it. Right now it's holding because that helped, but having like mechanical issues up here. Yeah, maybe duct tape. Y'all help me out on this if you feel like it. Well, I used to blow a gasket when my best laid plans went south. Something ugly, foolish, and wicked would pop out of my mouth. Well, I confess I used to use it, but these days I understand, yeah, God's last name is not damn. Help me out. No, God's last name is not damn. No, ma'am. He said he was the great I am, yeah. Lord, help me to remember when my hammer hits my hand, y'all. God's last name is not damn, no.
You don't have time to write. And then a buddy of mine named Christen asked me to, so I've been playing in his band, so I've been doing a lot of dates with him just playing guitar. We've written songs and he's cut some of my songs, or our songs. So that's what I've been doing like this year.
Right.
And then writing songs. Good Lord willing, I'll have a record out next year. I'm working on that, just trying to write some new songs. But I haven't been playing a whole lot this year.
Yeah. Huh.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, that's got to be fun being out on the road playing guitar with Christen and stuff.
It is. It is. It's fun. Yeah. It is. Yeah,
I haven't seen a lot of local shows, and I
haven't been doing.
I guess you like these small, intimate places that we can really just see your people.
I would like to say that I could fill up a 2,000 or 3,000 theater. Right now, I couldn't do that. And so, yes, that's what we like to say, is that we love these small, intimate shows. But the reality is, I actually do. I really, really do. And I appreciate every one of them. I love the guys here at Rivera's, and I've done so many at like a lot of Mexican It seems like I play like great Tex-Mex places a lot. And that works for me, because Tex-Mex, y'all, they don't have it in Nashville like they think.
My heart, I hope I have a long train of cars with their headlights on, following me after I'm gone, showing everybody as we're passing by, we must have got a few things right. Down Main Street, right around the town square, somebody loved me, somebody cared enough to show up and say a prayer over my name. I hope I have a long train. I hope I have a long train. Do I give love away or keep it all to myself? And do I let the light shine enough on somebody else? Do I have a kind word? We all can use a kind word. Do I open my arms when I see a teardrop fall? And am I someone in need can call?
Oh, we're looking forward to getting eating here.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Having dinner here for sure.
But anyway, so I do like the small places. Yeah, of course, am I lying, or would I be lying if I said I didn't want to do the bigger rooms? Of course I would. But I love doing this, and I have a very loyal following, and I love them. And so we have big time.
So what's one of your favorite stories that you like to tell, that you like about your music career, about what's one of your moments? Which one of your moments that you really like to tell?
it's not a long story, but I'll tell about the Dolly because at that same, my first publishing company, I was there at MCL.
Friends, fajitas and ice cold beer. We're gonna send this out to Rivera's. How do y'all like this place, y'all? Come on, give them some love. Give them some gringo love. Mi español es muy malo, pero yo aprendo. Te amo, amamos. I don't know. You bring the salsa, I'll bring the chips. Here comes the weekend, let's kiss it on the lips. I don't know the very next line, but that don't bother me any old time, cause I got friends, fajitas, and ice cold beer. Turn that guitar up, hanging out here. The blues can't touch you when you're up to your...
Writing upstairs in this old room. And I'd heard Dolly was looking at a song. Dolly Parton was looking at a song I wrote with a couple friends of mine. And then the girl working the phones at that time, it was before cell phones, so they had literally like phones all over the, you know. She called or knocked on my writer room door and said, "Austin, you have a phone call." And I'm like, "A phone call? Nobody, who's calling me here?" You know, and nobody was connected 25 years ago. You know what I mean? We were just in the late 90s, mid 90s. We were just whatever. You know, we were.
Also had wires on them.
That's right. They had wires, and I'm like, "Who's calling me here?" I mean, I guess I wasn't married at the time. I'm like, somebody calling from Texas. My mom, is everybody okay?
Testicle Festival on deck. Well, welcome to our Testicle Festival. It's that time of year when all of them calves that would turn into bulls, we turn into steers. On all of them ranches from Texas to Montana, cowboys are sharpening up their knives. This year the product of all the cutting is enough for a Testicle Festival. Hey, give me them calf fries, give me them calf fries, just like mountain oysters, y'all, mercy sakes alive. Come on down, you all, have yourself a ball at the Testicle Festival. Well.
So I'm like, "What's going on?" Anyway, I come out of the room and she says, "It's Dolly Parton," on the phone. And I literally kind of shut the door back on her. Like, "Shut up. I was writing a song." I was writing a song. And I'm like, "Stop it." And she's like, literally stopped the door and said, "You need to come take this phone call." And I'm like, "You're joking. This is ridiculous." Anyway, I decided to go. I pick up the phone and I hear, "Austin? Is this Austin?" I'm like, "Hello, is this Dolly?" "Yes, sir, this is Dolly Parton." And I'm like, I didn't say like, "This is a joke, you're punking me." I wanted to. I mean, in my mind, I'm going, "This is a joke, somebody's jacking with me." But it was Dolly Parton. She said, "We just cut your song." I'm doing a horror.
Getting on my nerves, on my nerves, on my nerves. Treat me like I don't deserve. This town's getting on my nerves. Came here, a green young man, two working hands, a simple plan. I played it straight, they threw me curves. This town's getting on my nerves. Pay my bills and my taxes too. I mow my lawn like I'm supposed to do. They want no part of me and you. It's subtle but they make it clear. The neighborhood's been homogenized, gentrified, over fertilized. Troublemakers be notified. We're watching every move you made. City council's been bought and sold. Planning commission does what they're told. Developers got all their souls.
Dolly invitation, but we just cut your song and we think it's fantastic. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, Dolly, I'm so thrilled.
And that was a why can't we? That's right. Fabulous song.
And she was like, I'll never forget the last thing she said. She said, well, it's a great song. And if you don't know, or some of the listeners and watchers don't know, Dolly Parton is an incredible songwriter. She's written most of everything. She has hardly even cut.
That's unusual.
It's very unusual. Yeah. She's only cut a handful of outside songs. She did that. Let Your Soul Shine. What band did that?
So that's especially an honor.
She's only done it. Really was. So I was very honored. She's only done a couple of outside songs ever, and she's a great writer. And what she said at the end, she said,
in a glass case, and it's really caught my eye. It's stainless steel and it's guaranteed to take on till I die. It costs as much as a good horse. Still I lust when I walk past. 'Cause in a throwaway world, I'm a sucker for something made to last. I drive a pickup I bought in high school, built with pride, Detroit steel. She's 40 years old, but she purrs like a kitten when I climb behind the wheel. I could trade her in, no problem, for something newer, shiny and fast. But in a throwaway world, I'm a sucker for something made to last. Yeah, something that'll stand up to Father Time and punch him right in the mouth. Something I can count on forever, that's what I'm talking about. Well, now your love, it's such a righteous thing.
well, it's just such a great song. If it wasn't, she said, I'd just write them all myself. I'll never forget her saying that. So anyway,
so you got any new songs or anything that are in the works that
I've got
moving around or doing anything? Or?
They're moving around. I don't have any big coming out like right now, but there's a guy that Miranda Lambert's. I really love Johnny Daly, this new kid in Nashville. He's awesome. Alabama boy. We've been writing a bunch of songs. I'm going to do a couple of those tonight that we've been writing. And Frank Liddell, who produced Chris Knight's first record and produces all the Miranda Lambert stuff, they've just been in the studio and they cut one of our songs. So who knows when his record will be out? But I'm hoping he's really good, and that's one that I'm hoping. You know.
So who else have you been playing with? Any musicians that you really like playing with, or what's your plans to do any torn or any road stuff or anything like that?
Well, again, I don't really play a lot with other. I don't play well with others, Dad. You should know this. You've been in a band with me. I'm kidding. We both play well with others, but I don't really. Chris Knight is the only guy I even go play guitar for. I've done a few other little radio tours, and I might go play guitar for Johnny on a radio tour.
So do you do a lot of co-writing? Because that's one thing I struggle with.
So we sold the CD. Wow. Really? Wow. I don't know if I told y'all, I had a goal to sell 10 CDs tonight. Did I mention that? All right. Yankee Farm for the old man. Went out there one day to help him he could have raised the roof himself, but he had the trusses all there, and he normally would bring a pulley and put everything up there, but for whatever reason, I was in town, and so me and my brother-in-law got to go help him put those trusses up, and I remember being up there and everything smelled like cattle and sounded like songs, so here we go. It's called the Yankee Farm in Texas. When we get to Yankee Farm, if y'all help me out, say, in Texas. That'll help. If not, it'll be okay. You can leave me hanging if you want. but I won't like it very much. Well, he grew up wild, a Yankee child on the concrete streets of Brooklyn. But deep in the heart of the Lone Star State is where the good Lord took him. Met my mama on a passenger train from Marshall out to Fort Hood. It's pretty clear he ain't from here, but he got here fast as he could. Now the sun is blazing, the flies are buzzing around all these black Angus, but we don't give a darn. We're building a barn on a Yankee farm in Texas. Woo!
Really have mastered the co-writing.
Co-writing is a weird animal. It really is a really odd animal, man, because I write so many songs by myself, and I think it's important to write like you do yourself, so that you can be a good co-writer. But then when you get in that situation, Hal Ketchum, God rest his soul, Hal Ketchum said it's soul by committee. He hated it because you're just kind of negotiating for lines. I don't like that. Guy Clark hated it. You know, Guy Clark always said, "Well, did Picasso co-paint?" But that doesn't mean
it's hard for me to let any control go. I mean, I like to be in charge.
It's still a good thing. I won't say that co-writing is great. You can write, more songs. You just have to find people that you are like this with, man. You have to sync up. You can't be like fighting. And I've been in those situations, and now I'm too old for it. I'm too old for this. I'm not doing it if I get in a room and it's like somebody seems to be in the way, but no, I don't have time for it.
So who else should I interview? Is there anybody around here that you know of that's really good, that's on your radar that you think is worthy and really doing something?
What was I gonna do? No friend. You can't break or lose me like your old buck knife. And like it or not, you got me for life. I've had your back, Lord knows you've had mine. If we told each other secrets, we'd both be doing time. No, there ain't no friend like an old friend, the kind who's always been there when you needed them. When the good times end, oh, when the blues roll in, there ain't no friend like an old friend. Broken homes and hearts, we laughed our way through the pain. Sometimes a call from you kept me from going insane. Rock bottom or mountaintop, you always believed. And in the end, a friend like that is all.
Good that I should seek out and do one of these interviews, find out who they are, and showcase their music.
Yeah, Michael O'Neill.
Michael O'Neill.
Look up a guy named Michael O'Neill.
Local guy.
Yeah, he's like in Paris, Texas, but he plays around Dallas and then up to there. Michael O'Neill, man. Look up Michael O'Neill. Let me think who else.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you get him. Zane Williams is like shot through the roof with his man Wilder.
I've seen his name. Okay.
He's an excellent songwriter, and
gotta run him down.
I might see if I can. It's a tough one. I don't know if I can make that happen at all, but he's great. I love his writing. Who else around here? One that came to mind is Michael O'Neill. Think about that, and then oh gosh, I don't know, Dave.
Okay. Well,
let's go with that.
Is there anything else you want to say, or is there anything? What does Austin do when he's not writing songs? I like, people like to know that they get to connect with the person. So where else does your creative energy go? What do you do? What are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not writing songs? What do you enjoy?
I like. I'm not a builder. I'm not a.
I need one word from you. What is it?
Enchilada.
Oh, my man. Awesome. What is it? Perfecto. Perfecto. Gracias. Okay. Okay. And now for more Gringo Espanol. Lo siento. All right. All right, we ready? Listos? No? Sí, thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I took a trip to get my life in order. Wound up a little south of the border, looking for some cultural exchange. I didn't know my heart would never be the same. Well, I walked into this little old cantina. There I met my brown-eyed Angelina. Her smile could launch a Spanish armada. Y'all, she's the ho-ho. She's the honey on my soul, papilla. She's the salt on my margarita. Spicy as a chili pepper. I thank the good Lord that I met her. She's the prize in a poor man's pinata. Y'all, she's the ho-ho.
Trade, but my dad worked with his hands. I've got a little place that I hope to do shows at in Cooper, Texas. That I'm kind of doing some now. My buddy built the stage, but I'm kind of fixing it up, and then I'm going to build a couple little sheds and stuff. I'm about to build a barn that I tore down from Tennessee, and I'm going to bring it down here. Tore it down up there. I like doing kind of rough carpentry. I'm not really good, but I'm fixing to build a barn, and I love tinkering with stuff. Working on, I like tinkering. I guess I'm like, I didn't even know my granddaddy, but my dad was like that. So I like messing around with stuff.
That's cool.
Building, fixing.
Well, Austin, I really thank you,
Dave,
for your time.
I love you,
coming out and doing this. I'm going to showcase the music tonight. I'll put it all together in a Rambler Radio on the road episode. We'll showcase your best songs and this interview. So I
love
really
being. I appreciate you interviewing and doing this with you. I mean, this is wonderful. I love what this man's doing.
I'm sure it's going to be one of my favorite of all time because of our history and our connection together.
I'm excited to do this, and I can't wait to look it up and see what else you're doing, and I will do what I can do to put your show on my pages too, and I will get on that too. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Came a kind and gentle man from a place called Galilee. Spent his whole life reaching out to folks like you and me. Said his father sent him bearing gifts from up above to those believing in him. He offered faith, hope, and love with his arms wide open. He walked from town to town with his arms wide open, that each lost sheep might be found. From the youngest to the old, to the weak and wayward souls, with his arms wide open, he came gathering his fold. talked about his kingdom. Well, he threw the kings a curve. 'Cause with all his father's power, he said he came to serve the weary and the destitute were the ones that he called friends. No wonder he had prostitutes, losers and lepers follow him, 'cause with his arms wide open, he welcomed one and all with his arms wide open. Yeah, he tore down all those walls, from sinners filled with shame to the blind and the lame, with his arms wide open. Oh, he loved them all the same. When his days on earth were through, he'd given all that he could give. So it's no surprise that he died the same way that he lived, with his arms wide open. He hung there from a cross with his arms wide open, that not one soul would be lost. He turned the other cheek when they nailed him to a tree, with his arms wide open. Oh, he rescued you and me with his arms wide open. He set this whole world free with his arms wide open. He bought our eternity. Thank you very much, y'all. I love you. God bless you. Thank you. God bless Rivera's, and we hope to see you again. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Adios.